2, 1.
Okay, so today we are representing 4 main groups of the voices within the media, sort of a hierarchy as well. We're going to present it as a TV show kind of, panel show kind of thing. I'm now handing over to Kate Dizzle! Yeah!
Welcome to this morning's show. I'm Kelly, leader of the Dirty Journos. Today we're going to be looking at the different perspectives of contributors and collectives of the media. We have the cool peeps, bloggers and tweeters, the so-called Dirty Journos, the laws of gov, and finally those corporate pigs. Josh, why don't you start us off?
I certainly will, Dizzle. There's a key issue of the media. Censorship is a boundary for your mind, body and soul. This causes deprivation and starvation of the senses, and numbing of independent thinking and autonomy. The boundaries caused by censorship set parameters for different cultures, societies and economies. This in turn divides communities, cultures and countries. Funk and Wagnall's New Encyclopedia defines censorship as the media suppressing parts of thought to be objectionable or offensive, another parameter of agents of control. That's not the real news though. You don't know what the real news is because they don't tell you what the real news is. Television, films, periodicals, everything that the media generates is all false. I blame the corporate pigs.
We're just following the law, so we follow like ethical codes that are set by journalist associations. We also follow codes of practice which are formed from independent bodies which follow wide public consultation, and our standards are measured by the Press Complaints Commission. We also have to follow something called the Obscene Publications Act, where we can't publish anything that may cause any harm to any other individuals.
We have a duty to defend the public, beginning with the Magna Carta. 2015 marks the 800th anniversary of the Magna Carta and the first steps towards defending the public. This document was a series of written promises between the King and his subjects that he, King John, would govern England and deal with its people according to the customs of feudal law.
Are you really protecting the public's interests, or is it just about keeping us from the truth about society? You can say that you have our interests at heart, maybe you might believe it, but the truth is that it's Murdoch and his friends who own the government. They elect presidents and put the leaders in place, which means that they also create the laws. It's up to people like me and Josh to tell people what it's all about. My followers on Twitter deserve to know what's happening, but people who read my blog deserve to know what's happening. It's our job to do that, because all you dirty journos, all you get our body about is tapping phones and victimising people just because of their gender, sexuality, or even because of the colour of their hair. These are stupid non-stories, yet you write them because when people are reading about the latest celebrity affair or the latest transgender school teacher, they are finding out the truth about what's really happening out there. I know what's really going on, that scares you to death. My followers want to know what's really going on, but not what you decide to tell us, because you think it makes a good story. People have died because of what you've written about them, victimised and trapped in their own homes because of your lies that made them outcast from society. You should be ashamed of yourselves.
You think that we always want to write and broadcast what we do. We are trapped by the chains of the law and the companies that own us and what we write. There is no freedom of the press, and at least you individuals have more freedom to write what you want without being criticised by the public, told off by your bosses when you want to write something they don't like, and finally you aren't made to censor your writing because of government laws. You blame us journalists for the problems with censorship and other issues with mass media, but for the obvious truth, you just need to look above you, us on the hierarchy. They are the ones that make us journalists censor what we write. We have no control over what we write. You corporate lot are some of the richest people in the world. Do you even care or want to take responsibility for the mistakes us journalists supposedly make? I think not.
Look, you can either take my payoff bribe or you're fired. You would put it rather way.
That's it, it's the kind of hierarchical capitalist control that dictates the media in our lives.
I'm AJ LeBlanc and I'm an American journalist who is closely associated with The New Yorker. I believe that freedom of the press is guaranteed to those who own one. The individuals, businesses and organisations that own a media publication are able to publish information and opinions without government interference. Therefore, the more that control is concentrated into fewer hands, the less of a real democracy the nation becomes. Once you control the ideas, you control what people vote for. The more control over media you have, the easier it is to control the vote.
The United Kingdom has a strong tradition of public broadcasting, and the BBC, which is publicly funded, is editorially independent. Ownership of private media outlets is concentrated in the hands of a few large companies, including News Corporation, and many of the national newspapers remain aligned with political parties. Following the News of the World scandal, critics of the existing media structure, including Lord Justice Leveson, argued for stricter ownership rules. The broadcast regulator, Ofcom, however, argued against absolute limits on ownership and concluded in its regular review, published in November 2012, that the current system did not need any immediate changes. Few commercial news radio stations exist, and the handful in operation are reportedly struggling financially. The BBC offers a wide range of regional and local radio stations. There are a number of independent TV news channels, including ITV and Sky B.
I still blame the corporate pigs. Just look at everything they own. The very social media platform we use to spread the truth are part of a billion-dollar industry. Blogger, the very platform we use to post our views online, is a prime example of corporate pigs taking the slice out of everything they can.
See, okay, maybe they are. Maybe they're taking a bit of a slice, right? But I mean, we're the bottom of the food chain. But look at what Google, that conglomerate, has done for us, right? Started by 3 friends, blogger was, and yet they went out of business like pretty much straight away. No, Google swooped in, they solved it, they came and they gave us a voice, they gave us a message, we gave us an outlet. Joe, what you got to say, you corporate? That was a good thing, by the way, corporates are great.
Yeah, so surely we can't be that bad, because Google bought Blogger, it grew, and it's allowed more people to have their own voice, and it brought people together. We give people jobs which help society to run smoother. So you may think of us as the bad guys, but are we really?